So Matt, a 2-0 defeat to Birmingham, how do you reflect on that one?
We have to put it into context of coming to Birmingham, the best team in the league, and playing them at their place. Listen, the goals obviously played a big part in the scoreline, the feel of the game. We can do a lot better in the first one, defending the first one, certainly in relation to first contact on a set piece and then getting a block. The second one's not a pen. The referee will admit that when he sees it. So straight away you need to help yourselves and you need a little bit of help from elsewhere in terms of the scoreline. But throughout the course of the afternoon, whatever the structure was of the team, the ball use and the ball retention was nowhere near the level required to attack for any sustained period, to get a shot, to get a cross, to get any control of the game. The lads worked their socks off. I can't fault the lads in terms of the effort and endeavour. James Wilson, Connor Taylor defended the goal so well. Josh hasn't been overly tested, but whenever we got close to having the ball, we gave it away. And that unfortunately is our biggest downfall at the moment.
You mentioned Birmingham's quality there. I guess conceding after 6 minutes always puts you on the back foot.
Yeah, but that's attention to detail. Defending that moment better. Had the ball back the way it came from and get your body in line with the ball. The lads actually hit it into the ground, so it might have gone under Joel. So I'm being a little bit harsh in terms of that aspect, but we can defend that near post moment better than we did, and we have done recently. And then it lifts them. I actually thought we wrestled our way back into the game for the next 20 minutes without posing a threat, which we didn't do all afternoon. And then that killer blow, 5 minutes before half time.
You mentioned not being able to pose a threat. Is that becoming a particular concern?
Well, confidence and belief obviously plays a part. But there's times when you're stood on the touchline and look, it's my responsibility, my players. I've played a big part in bringing these players to the club. We've just got too many without that control factor for long enough to create attack. And then when we did get close to the opposition goal, for the life of me, I'm not sure why we don't wrap our foot around the ball and cross it, throw it into the box, do anything to make them defend their box for a little bit longer than they had to today.
So the first half and the second half look pretty similar. In that second half, do you feel that the game could have gone a different way?
Yeah, but you need something to hold on to for longer than we have. And I've got to give players more credit today because you can lose your will earlier than we did. And we didn't lose it today, especially at a place like Birmingham where it's hard enough as it is, but if you keep giving the ball away like we do, you can give up physically. But we competed, we ran, we defended our goal really well, but there comes a time where there's other areas of the game have to improve, the levels have to go up, otherwise we will continue this vein of not creating and not putting the opposition goal under any pressure whatsoever. Like I say, if we had the same intent in our defensive moments into our attacking play, but even before it becomes an attack, our ball use, we'd be okay.
So ball use has been a particular factor in the recent weeks. How can that improve?
Well, you look at personnel, you look at who's going to impact it in relation to bench and squad. I think the status quo, the majority of the group is just too much on one way. And then obviously there's a fragility within the experience or inexperience. So when your game's under pressure, what's your go-to? We showed for the ball today, we wanted the ball. The game was too quick for us. We didn't quite get it in a tidy position where the space was. And any time we did, we just didn't quite then continue the forward momentum.
Well, looking at the forward options, Promise Omachere coming off the bench there, is that a particular boost?
It is, but they've not been available for long enough. Whether it was Chrissy, whether it's Gats, whether it's Promise, these players haven't been available for long enough. I can't put what I'm saying onto the front boys. I can't. I have to be in relation to that. They can be better in terms of their ball use, of course they can, but it's a middle of the pitch, it's a building aspect which we are currently lacking.
And 2,000 away fans came today. Despite the result, was it good to see so many people in that away end? Yeah,
look, that was a proper game of football. They've witnessed a team who are going to the Championship, a team who are on the up, certainly in terms of their levels and what this league is about. And 2-0 is not a nice scoreline, but a lot of teams are going to come here and get beaten and struggle to create. But also teams will come here and not put the same effort as what we did today. The lads ran today, the lads competed. But it just feels the negativity around the place is that in some aspects of our game we are below where we need to be.